Let's Brother Peter with tidbits from the Word. Are you directing your destiny this morning? We all have a destiny. God gives us, each one of us, a destiny. And He gives us direction. In order to follow into that destiny, the direction that we follow has to be deliberate. Are you deliberately shunning the necessity of you to direct the destination to where you're headed? Now, I know where I'm headed. I'm destined to go to heaven. When this body goes to the earth, this body is going to go directly to heaven, to be in the presence of God. The Bible said to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. My spirit will immediately appear before God when this body goes to the grave. This body is going to be nothing but a hunk of flesh left when I go to the grave. And my intentions is to have this body just burned and put away in the least expensive way we can, that we don't waste God's money on a whole bunch of hoopla to stick this body in the ground, which could cost just pennies. And that's all I want it to cost, is just pennies. But we have to follow regulations in these days. Now, we are shaping on a daily basis our own hands and the hands of our peers, those that are under us. We are shaping those by the actions of our life. If we have the actions, they will cause reactions. Actions cause reactions. Now, if we will do what we're supposed to do, we can have the reaction of those around us be proper. And for instance, if you're a parent, your children need to see you making their own destiny for yourself and for those children, so they can follow through and have a vision of the future. You may be a senator, and being a senator, you need to be honest. That will determine the destination of your children a good bit, if they see that you are honest. Above all, be honest. Above all, do right. I love what the preacher said the other night about a man that said, he said, no matter if the whole world does wrong, I'm going to purpose in my heart and life to do right. I don't care what the rest of the world does. They can do anything they want to do, but I'm going to do right. I've got two boys that, out of all of the children I have, two of the boys that I have purposed in their heart, as far as the painting aspect of their life, their work is going to be excellent and above. One of them has called me down a few times, said, Dad, do you know the difference between good, very good, and perfect? It's just a few minutes. Just a few minutes. And I have two boys that follow that. They take that few minutes and make sure that it's perfect. They get that from their mother, I guess, because she does the same thing. She'll take that few minutes and make sure that what she's doing is absolutely perfect. And all it takes is a few minutes to do it. And so, and I love to see that in them. In the background of everybody's future is some failures. If there's no failures in your background, then you haven't been going forward. Anybody that's going forward is going to have failures. You buy a brand new tire and you put it on the car. some point in the life of that tire, it's going to fail. It may go all the way to its last thread. But if you drive it long enough, there's going to be a failure in it somewhere. But it can go to its nth purpose and do its very best if you protect it, if you watch out for it. If you're going down the road, there's a piece of iron, sharp iron laying in the road. You try to miss that piece of iron so that you don't poke a hole in that tire. Now that tire has survived because you took care of it. The purposes that are in your life have to be taken care of like that tire, so that that purpose will go to the furthest end of the road. Do you know that one of the things you look at when you buy something, for instance, we were looking at some four-wheelers the other day, and on this four-wheeler, we're evaluating it. And as we evaluate it, does it have its original tires on it from the day it was bought? The answer to that question was this particular four-wheeler had the original tires on it the day it was bought. Now, what is the condition of those tires? The condition of those tires on this particular four-wheeler were 2/3 good. That means only 1/3 of those tires had been used. What does that mean? On the rest of the machine, looking at it, it looks like the machine had been badly used. Here's a 5-6-year-old machine with 300 actual miles on it. 300, that's a very small amount of miles on it. And that 300 miles says to me that this machine has not been overly used. So therefore, when we open the book up and see how much it's worth much more than a machine that has, for instance, 3,000 miles on it. It's on its second pair of tires, and they're about wore out. So, when you're evaluating life, what is your life? Your life is like that tire. How far have you gone? How wore out are you? How much more protection do you need to put on that tire? My boy left here the other day, and I said, Peter, he said, Dad, I got a tire on that's going to blow any minute. I said, what's the matter with it? It's got brand new tread on it. It's a good looking tire. But he said it's dry rotted. It's got too much age on it. It's going to pop any minute. And I said to him, son, I have found in this condition tire, if you'll drive it 30, 40 miles an hour, is instead of 70, it will not blow as quick, or it will last longer. And you can take an old tire like that and just creep along with it and run around with it and make it last for years, and it will work. Now, things can look good but be wore out. But here we are, we're people, and we're like tires that have been wearing and wearing and wearing and wearing. If we've taken care of this body like we do the tire on our car, we could be in pretty good shape and have some age on us. But we've got to slow down a little bit. We got to watch the bumps in the road. We got to be a little more careful with our lives. We got to be a little more protective of our fleshly body as well as our spiritual body. Those are things we learn over time. You say, Brother Peter, you're asking in this excerpt, what is the destiny of your life? I want the destiny of my life to be as directed as the tires on my car are. I'm going to take care of the 4 tires that I put on my car. I want to rotate them every now and then. I'm going to take the front one to the back one to the front, and I'm going to move them around. Why?